Again, we are saved by the goalkeeper, Andre Onana. Guys, again, we sleep. The inconsistency is back at the very, very wrong time. Welcome to the United Hotspot. It's not a happy day at all. How did we even survive a loss in that game? Brentford had 85 passes in our area, the most in the last 5 years in the English Premier League. Dubious record. They had so many 30 goal attempts they had. I'm even shocked that they failed to score 4 or 5 goals. I know why. It's because the man above, through Andre Onana, saved us yet again. Guys, it was such a poor performance. Can simply go down as one of our worst performances in the Premier League this season. This is United sleeping again at the wrong time. At the wrong time. For how long are we going to be here? We play so well against Liverpool, like we're a whole different lion, like we are Galacticos. Then we capitulate against Brentford. We are just surviving. We just survived. If it hadn't been for Andre Onana, we would be done. I hope he was even given the man of the match award. He was the man of the match. But why is the goalkeeper being our man of the match against Brentford? Why on earth are we being dominated? Ivan Toney was all over us like a body rush. He was all over us like the sky is above the earth. He was doing everything, hitting posts, assisting, passing, and almost creating goals. He was beating off people. It was 2 players for me who stood out for Man United, and this is my player ratings. I'll start off with goal. Andre Onana. For me, fair and square, he was our best performer. He was saving 1v1s. He was making double saves. You know, he was up. He was focused. Again, he continues to show why we came up for him. He was playing his passes right. He was trying to do the things he's supposed to do. Everything expected of Onana, he did. I would give him a proper 8 out of 10. He was one of the only few players we had who were above average. Onana, 8 out of 10. On the right, Diogo Dalot had moments where he was snatching the ball and taking it away. Dalot has been, I think, consistent. Even within struggles, he has tried to be consistent with himself, but he was not giving us anything going forward. I think he gets lost in this whole being inverted thing, and instead of going into places that will affect the game, swinging in crosses, for example, like we know he can, he's lost in the whole inverted situation, which I think at times is not what we need. We don't need him inverting and adding to the midfield because anyway, we still create the spaces there when Casemiro is not there. They are still there. So I would give Diogo Dalot 6 out of 10. On the left, Wan-Bissaka also had moments, but then again, his levels were not up there. He had good moments where he was trying to overlap and there was not, pass through the balls. He was tackling and falling into shots. I would also give him a 6 out of 10, honestly, for Wan-Bissaka. 6, decent 6 out of 10. Then Varane is the other player who I thought was good for us. Varane was impeccable. In the first half, he was heading every ball. He was reading every ball and going for it, clearing it, playing long passes. I think he was our second best player after Andre Onana before his substitution, before he seemed to be limping. And I hope he's not injured, by the way, because it's possible that he's even injured now. But I would give Rafael Varane a 7.5 out of 10. Now, that sounds on the higher side because that is to show you how those two stood out from the rest in our struggles. They were the only reason, because the reason we did not lose is because they failed to score, and that was mostly because a defender, and the goalkeeper. So that's why their marks are way above the rest. Now, we get into Lindelof. He also had fair moments. He tried to defend well. So I would give Lindelof, in all fairness, a 7 out of 10 or 6.7. I would give Lindelof a 7 out of 10. He tried so our defenders tried to keep us in the game. The defenders, the central defenders mostly, and the goalkeeper tried to keep us in the game. So I'll give him a 7.5 out of 10 Lindelof. Then we get to the party, to the midfield. Kobbie Mainoo, I don't know what happened. It wasn't his best game at all. He was putting a few passes wrong, but he started a bit well, again, loving to, gather players together. But you can clearly see, guys, that at times Kobbie Mainoo is playing with players who are way below his levels. Again, I saw it where he was doing something, making the right run, and someone failing to give him a 1-2. Playing a pass and someone failing to read it. Yet with England, you can see that with him and Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice, they are almost at the same level. The quality is at the same level. They click each other. You compare, we have something to compare him with now because it's the same player. You compare the Kobe of England and how he was linking well with Bellingham and Declan Rice in that midfield, and then compare him to how he struggles. He's made to look like he's playing wrong passes because the players he's playing with for Man United do not click him, do not think at his frequency. So I have noticed that, honestly, guys. We can be honest about that. They don't reason at his frequency. I would give Kobe Maina again a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Then Scott McTominay. I almost forgot about Scott, honestly. He's always invisible. I was not seeing Scott. He played the full 90 minutes, 98 or thereabout minutes of the game. But I could barely see him. In fact, there are so many substitutions made, but I was shocked that he was still there because I would just bump into him in moments. So Scott, 5 out of 10. Let me just be fair. 5 out of 10 or 4.5 out of 10. Then who else? Uh, Bruno Fernandes started well. He looked like he was in the mood at the start of the game. He was trying to get into things and stuff. But then there are moments where it all went down for him, and he started trying to do so many things in the wrong places. We are in our box, in close to our box, and he's trying to beat off a man instead of passing the ball away. I mean, Bruno again for me, I thought was below average, 4.5 out of 10. So Scott and Bruno both 4.5 out of 10. Then the other player in Garnacho, I think Garnacho needs a rest. I clearly saw he was tired. Probably his first full debut for Argentina took something away from him. Either he had a bad game with Argentina. He did not play so well. I watched the highlights, and he was getting balls from Messi, but kept wasting them. So I think Garnacho is still. I would give him a 4.5 out of 10. He was also below average for me by his standards. Not good at all. Trying to make runs, they were never making sense. He was very, very off the game. Marcus Rashford should be sold. Rashford should be sold. I will say it again. Rashford's body language is playing lazy, where he's slowing the game. We will love him for his pace, gets the ball, and slows the pace of the game down completely. Playing casually. I've said it here before. There are moments where he comes and picks the ball and looks so casual, and you're thinking, you cannot be casual like this. You cannot. We are chasing a game. We are trying to score goals. We are trying to kill off a team. We've got a goal difference of 0. 40 goals scored now, 40 goals conceded. We want goals, but Rashford gets the ball and he just slows the whole pace of the game. Slows it down badly. I don't like it at all. I'll give him 4 out of 10. For me, he was one of our worst players. Whereas he had moments where he thought he was passing and getting into one two situations. I thought really, by and large, he was again way below average. So I'll give Marcus Rashford a 4 out of 10. Then Højlund, good hold-up play, tried a bit, but he's still not there. Højlund, I thought still was also, by his own standards, below average. I did not see him put on a single threat. I mean, it's Brentford. You expect our striker to at least do something. You see the way Ivan Toney was creating and then all animated all over this place, creating things, hitting the woodwork, crossbars, trying to pass to his teammates. Whis was all over us as well. They were creating things. But Rasmus Højlund was nowhere to be seen. So Højlund still, I would give him let me be fair to him. I'll give him 5 out of 10. Average, completely average. But again, not one of his forgettable games. So the whole team and the people now who can get marks, the substitutes, Mason Mount comes off the bench, brings proper hunger, and that's why he was able to score that goal. So Mason Mount, for the few minutes he was on, I'll give him his 7 out of 10. For the few minutes he was on, because his hunger brought a goal. But again, then we capitulate and we just concede. Capitulate just 3 minutes later, we concede badly, and you're thinking, who bewitched this club? Anyhow, that's a figure of speech. No one bewitched this club. But that said, across the entire game, our general performance as Man United as a team, for me, our general performance was at 4 out of 10. That's the general performance of the team. We should be ashamed of ourselves. We should look back at this game and think, really, are we the team that beat Liverpool the way we did? That we can now go and fail to even turn up against Brentford. We are breaking dubious records against a team that is fighting relegation. We should be ashamed of ourselves as we go into the next game. That should be Liverpool at home at Old Trafford. Very sad, guys. It was a forgettable one. For Eric Ten Hag, I may not blame him. For me, this was not about the boss. It was the players not showing up. I will not blame Eric Ten Hag. Well, he might have struggled with the substitutions, but you see, the thing now is it's difficult to blame Eric Ten Hag for his substitutions because at times he makes them and they make crazy sense. So if he makes them and they don't, we can't be attacking him because they are the same players. So it goes back to the players failing to take initiative, failing to take responsibility. So this one for me, I would not blame Eric Ten Hag. He selected the squad probably under the circumstances everyone could have selected, but the players across the whole game. So for Eric, I will not give him marks, but the entire team was 4.4 out of 10 for me. Terrible performance, but well done to Andre Onana. But it's never a one-man show. It's about the team. If you play well and we don't perform, you are all taken in the same boat. So our chase for top 4, we are hoping it's still on but this is a game we felt we could have won. So remember, Tottenham won. Tottenham won their game. Newcastle United won. They are also on our bumper, chasing us. Aston Villa as well won comfortably. So other teams are winning. We are dropping points against Brentford. We have Chelsea. We have Liverpool. We have all these teams to face. What exactly are we left of? We are at 48 points now. You see? Terrible stuff. Subscribe. I'll catch you later.